Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in another episode of Talks with Tony. Now, on to a new email. Have not read this yet, and not sure if this is a question or a statement, but y'all got to get what I get. All right. God bless you. Thank you, and also thank you for all the birthday wishes. My birthday was March 8th, and the birthday blessing. Thank you so much for thinking of me in that way. It means more than you know. Trust that now. Trust that. Hi, Tony. I hope you and your family are well. I really appreciate you reading my email. In 2010, I was 26 years old. Okay. 26 years old and met a guy that was 19 years old at the time. I was hesitant to even entertain him because of his age, but he was very nice and sweet and seemed mature. But seemed in all caps. At that time, I was finishing nursing school and had ended a 5-year relationship in 2009. So I wasn't really looking for more than a friend and fun. We hung out, dated, etc. A few months later, we were officially together and living together. The first 2 years were good. He worked and helped provide, but he still had his immature ways, being he was only 21 years old. By year 4, we were engaged, but his money habits had changed and things were starting to become a little stressed financially. Year 5, I became pregnant and we put the wedding off. During my pregnancy, the financial struggle became worse. He had acquired a gambling problem that he tried to hide from me. In September of 2017, when our son was 11 months old, I received a message from a female that he had been cheating on me with for 11 months. She also informed me of other women he had dealings with as well, and money issues she had with him as well. We broke up for a while, but eventually got back together in 2018. In 2018, another female surfaced, and last September was my worst nightmare. He had impregnated a female older than me, put in all caps, that he didn't even want to be with. Mind you, he still has this gambling thing going on too. So basically, at that time, he was a cheating, gambling, lying, depressed mess. Fast forward to today, he's 30 years old now. He says he's no longer a cheater and doesn't desire to be because of all the pain it brought me and how it messed up his life. And now he has a kid that he didn't want with a woman he didn't want for more than that. His gambling has slowed down tremendously, and I can tell he's really trying to do better in life in general. He's still not where he needs to be, but I see effort and change. He talks about us being a family again and wanting to get married, but come on, he's done the most. I feel this is one of those situations where now he's ready for what I was wanting all along. But the hurt and disappointment over the years has changed me and how I feel about him as a man. There's so much I left out because this is long enough, LOL. He says he did all of the cheating and lying out of immaturity, selfishness, and personal insecurities. So is it possible for a man to really, put that in all caps, change after all of that? Would giving it a chance be detrimental? Giving it a chance again be detrimental? All right, that's a full question there. Now see, I don't know what I'll title this one, but 26, 19, so about 7 years younger than you. Now, it's some lessons in here that I want y'all to understand. And you got to, no matter what kind of message I get, if I read it, I'm finna find something from it so that we're not wasting our time. But you need to write these lessons down so that you know and understand what you need to walk away with from these videos. Now, the first thing that jumped out to me is you met him in 2010, but you had just ended a relationship in 2009. So I wasn't really looking for more than a friend and fun. You need a dog. See, anytime as a woman, when you're not looking for anything with a man more than a friend and fun, you need a dog. Get you a dog, get you a stuffy, get you something, a golf cart, get you something you could play with, okay? Not no whole human being, not no whole man, because that always is gonna work against you. So you got this young thing, got this young man here, you immediately, you a fantasy. That's why I try to tell y'all about dating men younger than you. Yes, I say, hey, be within a 5-year age range if he's younger. If he's older, be within a 10-year age range. But what you got to realize, when you date a man younger than you, once you hit 3 years younger, you are already a fantasy at that point. You are a notch in the belt. You are a fantasy. The man could be, had lust after his school teacher, lust after his best friend, older sister. He could just have a thing for women that are older than him because it seems like more of an accomplishment and it seems like more of a challenge. He could have all the game locked and sold with women his age, and an older woman having been here longer and already being more mature than men as is, you become even more of a challenge. So, and when he's 19 and a woman is 26, to that man, that woman is 30 because of maturity. That woman is the equivalent of a 30-year-old man. Because now look at this. She right here, the young lady, was finishing her nursing degree. And she already, she had somewhere to stay. They started living together. And she had her life together. He now is 30 years old. He was 19 then. He now is 30 years old and he just now starting to get his life together. At 30 years old, he's not even on the level that she was on at 26 years old. That's how you have to understand the difference of maturity between men and women. And this is on average. You'll have some men who are an exception to the rule, and they could be just as mature as a woman, but that's not going to be common. That ain't going to be the everyday theme. That's going to be an exception to the rule. On average, women are more mature than men. So that in itself is a reason why a woman should never be with a man that's younger than her. Now, if you just happen to meet your old young whippersnapper and y'all just hit it off and all right, y'all finna be the exception, go right ahead. All right, God bless you. I ain't here to argue with you. Some of y'all, the husband got a pacifier in his mouth, still got his mama Similac around his mouth, and you want to argue with me about how great y'all relationship is because he 10 years younger. All right, congratulations. Here go a cookie. Here go a cookie. All right, okay, all right, stay out my comments. Okay, God bless. Okay, you are an exception to the rule. That ain't here what we here to address. Congratulations, you and your little baby doing okay. That's not common. That's not the rule, okay? So if you have a choice as a woman, you should never, you got all your sense and wits about you, and you single in your life right now, and you out here on the dating field ready, you should never be with a man that is younger than you unless he just knocks your socks off with his maturity and it's consistent. And so this what this man, he held it together. He did just enough to get his foot in the door. 21 years old, still had some immature ways being he was only 21 years old. By year 4, we were engaged, but his money habits had changed. All right? When his money habits changed, that's when you should have changed your relationship status. But you didn't. You kept on going. You stuck it out. He went to gambling. Then he went to cheating. He don't know how to provide, don't know how to make no real money, to where y'all straight, he's struggling, and then on top of struggling, he cheating. It's one thing for a man to struggle financially, but to add cheating to the struggling financially, that is a disaster. So this what you have to realize as a woman. What this young lady here did, this message ain't even really for her, because what's done is done. You can't change that. So sometimes your message is, it is what it is. It's a life lesson. Get the lesson and get going. And we can't change the past. But this right here is for the people who still going forward and have not made this mistake yet of settling with a man that's 7 years younger than you and that cannot provide and that is immature. If you still got the life ahead of you, make sure that you don't compromise in these areas, because you'll end up in the same situation, same predicament that this young lady is in. Now, what you also have to realize here is, when you catch a man cheating, he typically has already cheated 10 other times. So when you catch a man cheating, when a woman call you by his cheating, he all the way out there. Because most women on the side, most side women is not even going to call. They not even going to say anything. They know their place. They waiting on their opportunity. They believe in his lies that he going to leave you. When she called, she was fed up. She was fed up. Because not only did she know he was with you and she got your phone number out his phone, but she come to tell you about the other women he dealing with. So he out there dirt dangler. You hear me? He out there give you all kind of infections. He just ugh. And so she was fed up. She was like, okay, the one woman was enough that I thought that I was gonna get you from her, but now you finna go cheat with other women. So now I'm one of a few side women. Oh, I got to tell your main. Your bottom chick now. I got to let her know. I'm finna expose your game. And so she had to tell. So when you get that right there call, ooh, sister, that's a terrible call to get there. That's a terrible call to get, because now he done been out there slanging it, all kind of stuff. And then not only he slanging, he messy with it. He nasty with it. And then let me tell you what he doing. He raw dogging. He picking up all kind of onion salads out there. All kind of bacteria. Putting that bacteria in you. Here you go. Get you a little bit of yeast. Get you a little bit of chlamydia. Get you a little bit of gonorrhea. He just sprinkling all that in you. And like where you say you had to cut this letter off a little bit, it's so much. You said there is so much I left out, but this is long enough. I'm assuming that some of what was left out was all in Z-packs you had to take when he kept bringing back them bacteria. Here you go. He like the Salt Bay, just sprinkling bacteria on you. Here you go. Nasty. And so this is what you have to realize. Then y'all break up for a little bit, but you didn't heal. Listen to me. When you, as a woman or a man, when you dealing with somebody that don't respect you, that does not love you, that takes you for granted, that cheats on you, and you find the strength to break up, sitting in your house, going to work, coming home, watching soap operas, listening to R&B is not enough. That is not healing. When you find the strength to break up, you need to hire a life coach. On mymentor.life, you need to hire a coach. You need to invest that $100 a month, $25 a session, or whatever you can afford to do a session a week and have somebody talking some sense into you. Have somebody that's on the outside looking in, showing you the big picture, helping you realize and see this, that you're not stupid, that you're not dumb, that your relationship is in fact as bad as you thought it was, or worse than you admitted to it being, and then helping you come up with a plan of action, and then holding you accountable. You can't just sit in your mess, just sitting there wallowing in your mess. You got to get some help. So in this interim of y'all being broken up, you did not get any help. You didn't get any help, so you end up right back with him. You went back to what was comfortable, to what you knew. Because you had a child, your son was 11 months old, and then you find out that he'd been cheating with this woman for 11 months. So what that means is he does not love you. Because when a man truly loves you, for one, he can't cheat on you. And then two, if he can cheat on you, because he just overrides the quote unquote love he says he has for you, he not finna cheat on you at your most vulnerable state. You going through postpartum. You in postpartum. And he cheating. Cause see, that bag fell out you. And you had that baby, that placenta came out. And when he seen that placenta, see, placenta with a man that does not love you, and don't let a little smell come out with it. I think my sister or somebody told my cousin Boo Boo when she was having her baby, well, pushing, keep pushing. You're almost there. Push. A little bit of Boo Boo. Now, when I heard that right now, I said, boy, if I was the father of that baby, I would have passed out. They got to get me one of them ventilators. In her hotel room, I'm on the ventilator. Wake me up. The boo-boo. Listen to me. I'm going to tell y'all something now. I'm going to tell y'all women something. Women don't understand this. Women don't understand this. Let me tell y'all something. That pregnancy. Ooh. A man have to be all the way in love with you for that to be cute. That pregnancy is not cute. See, women don't realize that. That's how men feel. Because a man can't tell you that. That's why it's so many women get cheated on while she pregnant. Because to the man, it literally looked like an alien. It's in your stomach. And women, oh, that's so beautiful. And be taking them pictures naked with that stomach out. And to men, it be like, ooh. Because you got to realize, if you not going through that process and you in love, it look like a little alien growing in you. And so the body deforms. So the feet get wide, the hands get thick, nose spread, that stomach deform, it get big, and sometimes it get real big, and want to be waddling and to be uncomfortable. So a man has to be in love with you to enjoy that, to love that. He like, yes, this my baby in here. Mwah! He kissing on your stomach. He rubbing that cocoa butter on your stomach, so help reduce the stretch marks that you working up. He got to be all the way in love. And that's why so many women feel so alone. Because men on average are superficial. Men on average superficial. I had my first son was very young. My wife, when she was pregnant, I was 22. And then turned 23. And there was a lot of days that was not cute to me. That I had to pray. I was like, Lord, no. And I'm a decent man. I was not out there cheating on her and sleeping around and all that. I was a decent man. And this honest thoughts from a decent man. Can you imagine a dog, the thoughts of a dog man? A man that's out here meat slanging while his woman pregnant? He absolutely disgusted. And so that's what you got to understand about who you with. But see, it got to that point because you started it on an accident. Here's a lesson. Newsflash to everybody listening. Don't ever start your relationship as an accident. You cannot go into any dealings with a human talking about you just want some fun and a friend. If you're going to deal with a human of the opposite sex that you can be attracted to and they can be attracted to you, you have to be intentional. So even to the young lady who wrote in, going forward, you have to be intentional. You have to see husband or wife material if you're going to deal with this person, because what's going to happen is you're going to do things that grown folks do on your bike, and there's going to be repercussions that you cannot run from. A baby is for life. And if you go in unintentional, accidental, for friends and fun, it's going to bite you in the butt. So you have to be diligent. You have to be cognizant. You have to be focused, locked in, and intentional. You hear what I'm telling you? Listen to me. Don't play with it. Do not play with it. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you now. Don't play with it. Listen what I'm trying to tell you now. Okay. Now, here you go. She also informed me of the other women he had dealing with, and as well as the money issues she had with him. We broke up for a while, eventually got back together in 2018. Another female surfaced last September and was my worst nightmare. He had impregnated a female older than me. See, what he started to look at, he started to say, oh, y'all old heads. That's what he calling y'all down, because he's so much younger than y'all. Y'all old heads desperate. Let that sit. I just want that to just sit right there. Just sit right there in your spirit. And just, ooh, yeah, it's gonna sting. Now I said old heads, because that's how these young boys see you. Yeah. Oh, y'all. 37 years old is not old. I'm 37. I be talking to a 19, 20-year-old young man who in college, and I'm mentoring, his sports teams, his team or whatever, and they'll say something like, like when people get old like you, like when I get old like you, I'm like, huh? I don't even respond to it though, because I know how it is when I'm talking about somebody in their 50s and I say, when I get older, or when I'm of your age, and they get offended. But I be thinking to myself, like, you old. That old. I know you want to feel young at 50, but that's old. I'm 37. You old. And so when these 20-year-olds call me old, I just start getting offended, because I'm like, to them, I'm old. I'm older than them. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I just understand. And one day they going to be old. So listen. When you 7 years older than a man, and then he go to the woman that's older than you, he see y'all like old heads. And then when he cheat on you, and you get a phone call, and not only do she tell you he been sleeping with her, but she tell you he been sleeping with multiple women, and then you still take him back, now 100% he calling you old head. Now he like, well, y'all old head, desperate, what? Man, y'all desperate. What do I got to do? Do I got to hit you in the head with a mallet for you to leave me? My goodness. I'm up here gambling away all your money, cheating on you with multiple women. You getting phone calls from other women, and then you still take me back. And then you take him back. He still ain't slow down. You take him back, now he go sleep with somebody else after you forgave him for cheating with the one woman who called you and the multiple women she told you about. You take him back, and he spit in your face again. And he ain't just spit in your face just like no regular, just he got it all. Sucked it all up. Got it all clipped out the back of his throat, clipped out the back of his throat, clipped out of his chest. Got it all right there, right in the bite. Sitting right back there on that tonsil. Got it right back on the back of that tongue. Just got it all good and ready. Got it good. then thick and just spit it in your face. Will you get out the video, babe? I'm painting a picture. Get out the video. I'm painting a picture. Babe, go and watch the video now. Wife outside of my office. What's that? For who? Oh, okay, all right. I need that. Yeah, I need my skincare. Why got my skincare? Huh? Yeah. I don't want to give away my secrets yet. Why I got my skincare in? She's showing it to me. I had ran out of serum. I was starting to get old. Go on somewhere, baby. All right, get out the way now. Go on, get out the way. Now I lost my point. Okay, thank you. And so here he is. He say, you know what? I ain't just gonna, disrespect you. I'm finna dog you out because you were crazy enough to take me back, and I don't love you, and I tried to make you leave. See, this the thing. When you in a relationship, you have to stop listening to what a man's mouth say, and you gotta let his actions speak. So if his actions could speak, that's what he'll be saying. And now how much different does that sound than what his mouth said? When you hear that, you like, wow, I was dumb. Oh my goodness. What was I thinking? And then I know the answer is, well, we got a kid together. I don't want my child to be in a broken home. If your child is in a home with a man who dogged you out, that is a broken home. If your child is in a home with you and you 100% healthy, healed, and confident, I ain't made these for sale yet. When you healthy, whole, healed, and confident, that is not a broken home. Even if you're a single parent, that's not a broken home. That child is whole and healthy and confident because they're getting all of you. When you bring in a other parent that is broken, lost, hurting, confused, ignorant, immature, disrespectful, now your home is broken and that child gets mixed messages and the child is confused. And that's what you got to understand. So here's the thing. So now, 30 years old. Gambling has slowed down tremendously. And I could tell he ran out of money. And he ain't make none of it back. I think I got everything from out there, baby, but you could check. He ran out of money. He ain't get none of it back. So he went to... Hey, go on somewhere. My wife standing outside my office looking in here and she know I'm shy. I don't like doing videos in front of people now. And so he ran out of money. So now he's sitting there. He like, well, now I'm slowing down. He ain't slowing down out of love. He's slowing down because he broke. He done ran out of money and he keep losing. He don't know how to gamble. So he keep losing. So he like, well, man, let me fake like I'm slowed down just so she'll just get a little at ease and get her to calm down. And when she come on back again, the next time, boy, I got to hit her for the gusto. I'm finna leverage the whole house. I'm finna put a lien on a car. Boy, because I got to hit big. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's the answer. Is it possible for a man to really change after all that? It's possible. It is possible because he was real young and dumb, full of wrong. It is possible, but is it probable? See, here's the thing. Now, had you put in here, he's been reading his Bible every day. He's been praying every day. He goes to church every Sunday. I met his mentor. His mentor is amazing. His mentor is married, faithful, a community leader, focused and driven. He cut off his friend circle that he used to hang with. I met a couple of his friends. They don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't curse. They're upstanding men. One works at the bank, one works as a firefighter. They are just seem like amazing people. I looked them up on Facebook. I saw their wives. I saw their children. They're family men. They post their wives. They're not ashamed. They don't appear to be doing any dirt. Now, had you said those things right there in here, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, he could turn the corner. He could turn the corner. He could make a change. You know, I was not the world's greatest when I was 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I wasn't the world's greatest. I ain't still ain't the world's greatest. I'm trying to be now, the best I could be. I don't meet no man that I let him outlove me, outlove his wife more than I love my wife. I don't. If I meet a man and he a good man, whatever he do for his wife, I got to level it up. I'm trying to be the number one husband in the world. You know what I mean? Because I was the worst man in the world, one of the worst. So I know a man can change, but I had to go through drastic measures. I stopped listening to secular music. I only listen to gospel, and I listen to teachings like this right here. This YouTube video, I let teachings, healthy self-development teachings, play 8 to 10 hours a day. I cut off all my homeboys, no going out, no hanging out, no club, no nothing. No cursing, no drinking, no smoking, no gambling, no nasty movie, no club, no strip club. You hear me? Cut out everything. No talking to any women, no emotional cheating, no physical cheating, and just feed that knowledge. Seminars, teleseminars, all this right here. Anything I get my hands on, audio books, YouTube video, podcast, 8 to 10 hours a day. Can you imagine it? Do you do it? Do you let these videos play the whole time you at work, 8 to 10 hours a day? If you don't, you're not on the level. You're not on the level that I had to get on to change my life. And so that's why women ask me all the time, can a man change? Yeah, he could change. But just as nasty as he was out there in them streets, he got to be just as ambitious on self-development and self-growth. If he got to do the equivalent of that. The equivalent of sleeping with multiple women is reading multiple books or listening to multiple books a week or a month, and doing sessions, getting you a life coach, coming out your pocket, sacrificing. I went broke on courses and seminars. I spent the last in my account on a course, a book, a seminar. You hear me? Them books were $25 a pop. That's $100 a month if I get through 4 audio books. I was going broke on my mind. But guess what? It all has paid off. Done paid itself off. And that's what a man got to be willing to do. And if you don't see him coming out his pocket, investing in himself, putting his money where his mouth is, changing his circle, changing his environment, his action, all this right there, what he doing, I'd change my screensaver so when my screen sits still, now they hear word, now the screensaver come on and I put it on words. So now I'm getting some new words in here I can throw up. All right, just put me some new little vocabulary in here. The word of the day right now is notorious, famous, or well known, typically for some bad quality or deed. See, your baby daddy is notorious for cheating. And so now you have to look at this and you got to say, okay, what is he? Can he change? Yes. What is he doing to change? What is he doing to change? Will he sit and listen to this whole video and get talked about and hear how much of a dog he was and not want to argue and debate with the video and just accept that, yes, you were nasty. Yes, you was a dog. Yes, you were less than this woman. Yes, you don't deserve this woman. Yes, you dogged her out. Yes, you're going to have to answer to God. Yes, you were immature. Yes, you got to man up. Yes, you got to grow up. Is he willing to sit and hear about his nastiness without getting in his feelings and getting upset and getting mad that you're getting this kind of knowledge and this kind of revelation about the dog that he was and just how nasty he did you? Is he willing to hear that? Face the man in the mirror, hear the truth, and then make changes in his life? Is he willing to do that? If the answer is yes, and he willing to do the work, he willing to work 1, 2, 3 jobs to make the money to provide for his child, to pay all the bills, and to invest in books or seminars or coaching or courses for himself. I got a course on Tony Gass's Academy called Men Healing. Every man watching this, you need to take that course, Men Healing. It's cheap. But is he willing to invest in his mind, his body, his spirit, his soul. Is he willing to do that? And if he's willing to do that, then yes, he could change. If he's not willing to do that and he's doing more of the same and he want to stay the same and he still remind you of the same type of man he was when you met him in all these years you done gave him, these 11 years you done gave him, then no, he cannot change. Now listen, you say, would giving it a chance, again, be detrimental? It can be. It absolutely can be. And you should not give it another chance if his actions of change is not blowing you away. If it's not blowing you away with the actions he taking to grow and to change, you can't give it another chance or it will destroy you. He will single-handedly destroy you. You hear me? Hey. This Tony guy, God bless you. I'm wishing you the best. You got a child with this man, so I know it's hard to just walk away. If he's willing to put in the work and do the work and be consistent, I'm talking about a year. I'm talking about a year of consistent work to where it become a habit. To where even if you go back to him and you start requiring that of him, he's still all in. He locked in like, hey, I'm working. You get me? If he willing to do that work, then it's a possibility he could change. But this is what you got to realize. You have to realize that if you go back to him, and he act up, it's a possibility he'll get you back, get complacent, and cheat on you again, or worse. You got to have your mind made up that you're not gonna let it destroy you. That you're not gonna lose hope. You're not gonna lose faith. You're not gonna quit on yourself, quit on your child, and you're gonna just have to be able to chalk it up as a loss and say, listen, I can't be mad at myself because I gave it every opportunity that I could. I gave him every chance that I could. So now I'm finna walk away and never look back. All he gonna be talking to is child support. That's it. I'm walking away and never looking back. And I'm gonna heal, grow, and I'm gonna attract real love. Even if I need to wait till my son 18 and headed to college before I let another man come in my life, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what you got to say. That's what you got to say. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to be willing to do. And if you're willing to go in it with that mindset, don't go in it bickering and complaining and trying to grab them by the scrotum and twist it and trying to dog them out and trying to talk down to them, be negative, rude, and condescending. Don't do it. If you can't come in with pure energy, love, respect, trust, honesty, then that means he's done too much damage and you need to go on about your business. If you cannot forgive him without reminding him of the offense, then you need to go on about your business. But if you can forgive him, and if he does the work that shows he deserves another chance, and that's what you want to do, you got to realize that if he get comfortable and he get complacent, he could take another stupid pill and do something very stupid, and it could be very painful, and you got to be prepared for that without bringing that up to him every day. You got to give him enough rope to help himself, okay, or two, and that's what you got to understand. So, hey, this Tony Gasson. God bless you. Thank you for watching this. We'll talk soon.